this already playing?
No, it's strange, but I might just pop out today. That cool, yeah. Cheesy been keeping it cool. Them niggas copy and play what I do. They tryna see how I'm
Yeah.
Your nigga faded inside of the spot.
Yeah.
I can't send you to that. We finna pull out the line. All out my pockets, they all got a knot. Stepping on shit till my feet hurt. Shawty be tripping, he been had him beat her. She got a friend, let me see her.
Okay, Cheeto. Okay, Cheeto.
I'ma lock in when I'm dropping.
Okay, Malika, this your shit, ain't it? Yeah.
For real.
Oh, shit.
Hey, man.
Okay.
Just want to say shout out to my boy Cheeto, man.
Yeah.
My boy. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I love your music, bro. Keep making it. Facts.
Big facts.
He definitely did that very time. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
And this is my very first time hearing that song. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
For real?
Oh, no.
I'm so
You gotta listen to the rest of his songs. He has some really dope
I mean, bro,
music.
I be so tied into other stuff, man. I have to be listening to this. But I'm an R&B guy, so.
Somebody once told me, man, shoot, you be listening to all these famous artists that don't care nothing about you, man.
Yeah.
You got your friends that's out here making music. Come on, support them. Just like that.
Man, this is gonna be crazy, but let's go ahead and get this shit started. Y'all ready?
For sure.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, you ready, Kenzie? You nervous? Look. You over there smiling hard, teasing. All right, man, look. Well, you guys just tuned in to What's the Word ATL podcast, man. I'm your boy, Only One Latrell, here with my fabulous co-host, Kay Allure.
Hey, y'all. You know it's your girl, Kay. How y'all doing?
Hey, we got two very special guests in the building today.
I was finna say, oh, this the first time you seen me on the podcast.
Yeah,
No, I'm talking
I got
about
some.
everybody that's like listening, just in general. Like I missed everybody, but I haven't seen y'all, both of y'all, in a minute. You know, it's been a minute since a collab.
Man, what? That studio days down. Something serious, man. But go ahead and introduce yourself, man. Let's go ahead and start with my brother right here to my left.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I want to let the beautiful lady go first.
All right,
Most
well,
definitely, you gotta let the ladies go first.
Okay. Hi, my name is Mackenzie. Follow me on Instagram. I'm Mackenzie.
Like 4 E's and 3 E's.
4 N's.
Make sure you guys follow her, please.
Please.
She's beautiful. She's
Fabulous.
beautiful.
Facts. Model and all the right beauty for sure.
Yes.
All right, man. Hey, it's your boy King, man. You can go follow me on YouTube at Immortal Crew.
Yes,
I'm not
sir.
gonna lie to you, man. We on the way to 40K. We going up all season, man. Y'all need to tune in. Y'all want to catch y'all on the What's the Word podcast. Y'all want to catch them in the video. Y'all need to go look at that.
Hey, we got a little nice, good, cozy conversation today. We're gonna talk about some relationships, man. Malachi, one of Malachi's favorite topics.
Get me started.
One of Malachi's favorite topics.
Nah, don't roll your eyes up. Don't start.
You already know what time it is. The very first question I want to know, personally. So, is a man's ability to protect attractive? Why not?
Yes, it is attractive because. So say if you and your man is in public, y'all is chilling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And another man come up to you, he disrespects you. Do you want your man to step up for you, or are you gonna be with a man that's just gonna sit back and watch everything?
Yeah. Understandable.
Yeah.
Cause you can't have no like weak ass boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like
Malachi want to say something.
yeah, go ahead, Malachi.
Okay, so I agree to a
Right.
certain extent.
Okay.
I feel like you need to know your battles. You feel me? Once you with your girl, and a lot of the times, especially us black men out here, just because you feel me, a man says something to your girl, or it says, you feel me, oh, I like the way your girl look, or like this, you feel me. Us as men, we gonna be like, oh, you disrespecting my girl, and it goes way left.
It does.
Yeah,
It goes
all the time.
For no reason.
way left. You feel me? So I tell you what, if you put your hands on my girl, then it's up for you. But you know what I'm saying? Anything else, we ain't why we, you know what I'm saying? Why we even dealing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm gonna piggyback off that because one of my friends told me that a while ago, and I had to tell him that as well. Like, but there's a certain type of level that I go to with my girl. Like I know guys gonna look at my girl regardless because my woman is beautiful. That's what she said. I know they're gonna look at it, so I'm not insecure. But that's what a lot of men kind of have that type of insecurity within themselves. Like, oh no, you can't talk to my girl. You can't do this.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have my girl, my ex, and I got mad compliments in her DM, mad pictures, all that. I ignore all that because you fantasizing at that point. I'm living in real life. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, like.
Nah, I ain't gonna cap. Before Miss K talk, you feel me? Like, just to go off that topic, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a difference between insecurity and just doing something dumb. You feel me? Let's take the celebrities for instance.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just say you my girl, right? We dealing with each other, we cooling, and I see you feel me, putting hard eyes and stuff and doing all kinds of stuff under a celebrity's picture. So are we as men? Look, be real with me, bro. As men, is you gonna see that as some type of disrespect, or are you just gonna let that go? Ladies, please tell me, am I tripping?
Like, wait, hold on. Like
I'm
my
letting
girl,
that go.
like my girl, like commenting on
My girl come under a celebrity.
Nah,
Chris,
like I'm let that go. Let that go all the way.
I'm letting it
I'm
go.
letting that go.
I don't care about celebrities. I mean, granted, I introduce myself to a lot of people that are in different profiles and stuff like that, but I'm not tripping over you. Like, everybody loves Megan Good. It's a whole bunch of y'all that's liking Megan Good's pictures, and I love Megan Good too. Putting heart eyes underneath her pictures, all of that. It's the same thing if I go on, see, y'all not gonna agree with who I like, but if I go on my baby Joey's page, Joey Badass, if I go on Joey Badass page and I spam it and I repost it, you better not get mad at that if you post them Megan Good.
Yeah.
But the thing is though, why? Okay, watch this. So your perception, you feel me, of what you would get mad over is basically based off of him being famous and him having money. But watch this though. You say no, but if it was another, let's just say you was dealing with a dude, and your dude was trying to talk to, you feel me, I'm gonna use you as an example. You know what I'm saying? All right. So let's just say your dude was trying to talk to Mackenzie, and y'all together.
That's not my dude. Evidently.
Right. What now? But you're saying it's okay for him to talk to somebody like Megan Good.
He's not talking to her because 9 times out of 10, she's getting a whole lot of love underneath her pics. It's the same thing if you're dealing with a female that is a high status or celebrity, and she has a lot of fans and supporters, and they put heart eyes, love, they in their DMs. That's on the partner, my partner responding. So if my partner acts and responds back to it and engages in it as if they're trying to pursue something with somebody, that's different. But if you're showing love, you're supporting. Honestly, I just don't like the whole social media thing. Like, I don't set the principal grounds for the social media thing.
I love that.
See, okay, I can agree with the social media thing, but we're still on the topic of if you're DM. Listen, okay, so if I DM a girl, right? You feel me? And we're together. I DM a girl, you feel me? And I'm doing heart eyes.
On what print? Oh, the heart eyes.
I'm a heart eyes, hearts. I'm going in her DMs. I'm doing all kinds of stuff.
It's not happening.
It's not happening. But you're saying it's okay for.
I'm not going in Joey's DMs and I'm putting heart eyes.
You're not doing it, but I'm talking about the general. It
doesn't matter if they was a celebrity, a regular person. Right. If they was putting heart eyes in somebody's DMs trying to pursue them, then yeah, I'm not going for it. But if you're showing love or anything like that underneath somebody's post, a lot of people do stuff for support. A lot of people pay people to post stuff. You know what I'm saying? We should know that, being not saying that paying, but that we're in this principle, like stuff like that, it should not bother me that you liking a picture.
So you're saying it's okay?
For me, it's okay.
I feel like it's okay to a certain extent though. It depends on how hard you're doing it.
What's the certain extent though?
Because it's like okay, I look at it like this. There's only two genders in this world, male and female, and I know I may not be the finest nigga on this earth. You know what I'm saying? So I know my girl may think somebody else is attractive on social media, but social media is a reality itself. That's not a reality in real life.
Is in a certain business. Okay, so let's say for instance,
OnlyFans.
I'm not saying just OnlyFans. I'm not saying OnlyFans. Hold on, I was trying to get my point. Hold on. Let's say acting, modeling, and stuff like that, or even they're in a career field where they're engaging and interacting with a lot of people. They can't control what people post.
Right.
They can only control what they respond to and how they respond to it. So that's why I feel like, in all honesty, if you're dating somebody that's of a high status or a low status,
you need to
communicate. You got to be able to handle it, and you got to be able to communicate with your partner. Like, okay. And there's grounds of trust. If you know for a fact that your partner is DMing and doing all of this, why is that your partner? Why does it have to be oh, I gotta be worried about this. Why are you doing this? And I seen this today. Like, no, that's not a relationship.
Yeah,
so.
I definitely agree.
I'm a keep it a stack. As somebody who does YouTube and somebody who's, you know what I'm saying, like y'all see me. Yeah. So usually as a man, you feel me, being around a lot of women causes you to, you know what I'm saying, be looked at a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this. if you don't know me personally, then you really don't, you know what I'm saying? Then you'll get, okay, he's, you know what I'm saying? He deals with a lot of women, or he's a player, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. But a lot of times, those are people who have never been in the position that I've been in, or you know what I'm saying, they have been in a position to the point where, you know what I'm saying, they are not surrounded by those people. They don't have the same amount of emotion that I do.
Right.
So like with dealing with that, bro, I will honestly, if I could tell y'all what to do for all my dudes out there, or for all my women out there, you feel me, even if you do OnlyFans, it's like this: you need to be secure with inside yourself to know what you are. Stop listening to the public, because respect, they ain't gonna do nothing. But I promise you, as much as you do, they not gonna do nothing but hate on you all the time of your life, no matter what you do, even if you doing something wholesome. Facts.
That's a fact. Because I definitely agree. Because some girls ask me, like, they see me around people, they see me doing public interviews, they be like, oh, do you talk to that girl? You did that girl? Or you be around with too many girls for me? I'm like, but this is something that I want to do as in like a career. So it's not necessarily like I'm collabing with them, doing work with them. I'm not sleeping with them. Right. Those are two different types of contexts.
Okay. So
two totally different types of contexts. And then get looked at a whole different way when you around that type of area. Because it's like, just like the girl said, nobody want no community dick. What? Like, come on, dude. Like, and you know it. You know it.
I kind of want to hear the women's perspective on that. Like, what you think? My direct question to y'all is, if you're in a position, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you're a model, but you're used to being, you know, photo shoots and things like that. Kay, you feel me? You're on a podcast, you know what I'm saying? Then not only that, bro, I'm pretty sure you come to events and stuff like that, so you're a creator. How do y'all deal with that?
You can ask first. I mean, you can go first.
Okay. So how I deal with it is I have to be with a man who is comfortable with being okay with what I do. I show my body, yes, but at the same time, I'm still growing, trying to get my name out there in any way I can. So as my man, if you're not comfortable for what I'm doing, then you don't need to be with me, because you either support me or you don't.
Okay.
For me, it's more of a time thing. It's not more so my image or anything like that per se. I mean, I have my moments where I might pop out, do a little something spontaneous here and there, but it's more so time with guys. And I feel like like she said, have somebody that respects the fact that I do have a lot going on my plate. But also too, I'd rather have somebody that's busy just like me in a sense, so that they can actually understand in a sense. If that makes sense. Okay.
So if you don't mind.
No, go ahead, do your thing.
Okay. So this pertains to the next question: is being overly protective attractive? Okay. So,
I never got the answer, y'all. So
Do your thing.
Oh, my bad.
I was like, oh,
I never got to answer the question.
I'm sorry.
I don't think the ability to protect is attractive. Like y'all all said, you guys did state some really good points. You know, it's to the certain extent. I don't want a superly overprotective person. So we can get into that question, but the ability to protect, as a man, I would want a protector, a provider, somebody that I know for a fact that when the situations are going down, and I'm not just saying like a man approaching me, but hardships, when I actually need somebody for emotional support, I want to feel like I'm being protected by my partner.
So it just goes more deep, just deeper than just physical protection.
Yeah, I don't look at protection mentally, just as physical protection. You got to be able to protect your woman to make her feel safe.
Amen.
And on all aspects.
Yeah,
I feel like that's more of the word I'm looking for is not catering, but you know what I'm saying, it's kind of caring for you, being, you know what I'm saying, upholding, you know what I'm saying, helping with your emotions and things like that. I don't feel like that's and the reason that I say that, you feel me, if we look at the definition of protection for real, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't have anything to do with emotion. It's physical.
Yes, but at the same time.
Okay.
Yes and
Go
no.
ahead, take it.
And the reason why I say yes and no is because protecting means making the person feel safe. Normally when somebody feels like, let's just say, if any harm is coming their way, they feel frightened. They do, emotions go hand in hand with a situation that upsets your woman.
That is
that
true.
makes the instinct in you as a male to be like, okay, I need to step in and do that. So protecting me and actually, it's not more so catering to my emotions, and I'm not saying baby me, but it's having compassion within your relationship, because certain men will want their women to be there for them during their hard times, and a lot of women don't get that back because they put a lot of energy in supporting their man.
Okay, I agree with the caring, I agree with the empathy, and I agree with the passionate. You know what I'm saying? That's something that goes into a relationship to help her, you know what I'm saying, relationship work. I agree with that. But what we're talking about is protecting. I feel like those are separate. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And I'm not saying that they don't go hand in hand in a relationship, but those are two separate things. Like me protecting you, you know what I'm saying, is me kind of like stepping in front of you, or kind of, you know what I'm saying, me making, you know what I'm saying, like you said, making you feel safe. You feel me? But that's usually in a physical sense, or in a physical situation, to the point where I have to actually look out for you, or I have to actually be there.
What about also like giving advice to your partner as well? Don't you feel like that's a form of protection? If you've experienced something and you want to let your partner know, like especially if they're open and receptive, you know, to constructive criticism, or, you know, doing stuff to better improve themselves separately, not just within the relationship. Do you feel like also too, your advice could be a form of protection as well? I feel like
advice is
advice and intent. Let me add intent well too.
Okay. The intent behind your advice can be to protect somebody. I agree. It depends on what type of advice it is, but advice in general is definitely a way to inform or a way to help.
Which makes me feel protected because you're helping me in a sense. Like if you know, okay, I don't think this is a good idea that you should do this business venture because this will mess up, you know, you financially. That's protecting her in a sense. Like protection is not just, that's why I feel protection is not just like a physical thing. You can protect your partner through a lot of stuff.
Okay. So is a protection a form of guidance as well? That's the question.
Of course.
God, that's the word that's the word. That's why that's the word I was looking for. It's more guidance than it is actually protecting somebody. But okay. So let's just say this, and since everybody answers, so is it being overly protective? So let's just say somebody was, you know what I'm saying, telling you, and we're talking about a business venture. What if somebody told you, don't do this? If you do this, I'm going to leave you. If you do this, I'm not messing with you no more. If somebody told you that you have the right to say, listen, you have the right to say, no, okay, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to do that. I'm going to go do this anyways. I feel like with protecting, that's different.
I have to interject because the way that you presented that's as somebody that's gaslighting somebody. The fact that you are giving me advice, or you're trying to protect me, or, you know, say that I don't want you to do this and that, that's being like the question says, overprotective, but that's also trying to form a sense of control over somebody. And the fact that you're dangling my relationship over a decision versus saying, hey, I don't think this will be a good business idea because of this, and that. Why are you saying that, okay, this is not a good business. If you're doing this, I don't want to be with you. This relationship is over. That's more so gaslighting the partner into doing something that you want them to do. Not giving them guidance that will help them as a person individually and help you guys as a partner.
Okay, I agree with that. It's just the way that I was trying to put it is with being like that, like you said, it's gaslighting. It's still not a form of. I'm trying to get you to understand like where I'm separating it.
So what would you describe overly protective as?
Okay.
Because if you feel like protection is physical, what's overly protective?
Let's just say I was in danger, in physical danger. Let's just say you feel me, if I went to this place, you feel me, where there was a bunch of people who didn't like me, who you knew was borderline ready to probably either beat me up or kill me, you would literally come at me and you would like sit down. You don't need to go nowhere. I'm not letting you go nowhere. You're not leaving this house. That's overly protective to me.
I don't think that's overly protective. And then also too, I don't think a lot of people wouldn't come like, oh, you don't need to. Well, there are situations, you know, if they're being stubborn, but I feel like that's a part of communication as well too. You have to say, well, you know what, these people are going to be here. I don't feel like it's safe. I need you to be here. Like something in my gut is telling me. I don't think that's being overly protective.
That's but the way that I put it wasn't like that. That's being protective. You're right, but overly protective is not letting you leave the house at all, not going anywhere.
Overly protective, I will say. I'm gonna interject. You know, as somebody that has experienced physical abuse as well as mentally and emotional abuse, overprotective is to the point where you feel like you cannot move without your partner. Your partner is like your personal bodyguard where they follow you around, and then they have a sense of control. Like if you don't do what they say and how they want you to, they pull back certain ways to make you feel like, oh, well, babe, I'm just making sure that you're being safe. It's one of those closer to the example that you were getting at, but it's not in a, babe, I'm doing this for, you know, your protection. It's all them thinking about their personal gain and how they can keep control and use it in a form of saying, oh, I'm protecting you.
I'm protecting you because I'm doing this because
I love you, or I'm doing this because, you know, it's a certain way that it comes off. So the fact that you use the scenario that your partner knows that there's people that want to potentially kill you and stuff like that, and she's telling you, stay home, do this, I don't feel like this is safe, you know, it's a lot of bad people around, that's not being overly protective. But being overly protective is, where your phone at? Password. Like that's being overly protective.
And see, that's something I had to kind of get over when I was in my relationship phase. When I was in my relationship phase, I was overly protective to where it was like it got toxic. So then we started to lose trust. We started to love each other less. We started to get tired of each other. We started to move in opposite direction. We wasn't moving together as a unit. We was moving as two separate people. You know, so I definitely agree with that. Because being overly protective can be a turnoff. It's attractive, but it's all about your delivery and your pure intentions behind it.
I don't think overly protectiveness is attractive. Being protective is attractive, but overly protective is not attractive. And a person that does not understand that this person is being overly protected, they don't know, so they look at it as attraction. But in all honesty, it's just because they're not in that mindset to understand, okay, yeah, this is not it.
I'm gonna be honest. Overly protection to me, attractive. I'm gonna be real. I'm not gonna cap.
You're toxic, nigga.
Yeah, I'm not.
You're toxic.
No. Listen.
No,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So I'm not overly protective. You feel me? I'm kind. You know what I'm saying? I don't like. You know what I'm saying? I don't like conflict for real. So you know what I'm saying? If anything, I'm gonna try to talk before I argue.
Right.
So for me, I've had instances where, you know, somebody was being overly protective with me, and I had somebody who was being protective. Sometimes, yes, because I felt like it was more like, because I'm not used to having people like real deal care about me. You know what I'm saying? So when I seen that, in the front of my head, I'm like, bro, you're tripping. But in the back of my head, I'm like, damn, you must really give a damn about me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And that right there is like one of my love languages. You know what I'm saying? For you to like real deal care about me. So it's a yes for that. But you know what I'm saying? Once it gets to a certain extent, like once it gets like real bad, then it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? No.
What about you, Mackenzie?
I think being overprotective is unattractive. I feel like it's the way you can deliver things and how you deliver it. Like you said, asking for my phone and saying where I can and cannot go. You cannot control me, so that's not attractive at all.
But that also ties into trust as well.
Exactly.
Because it's like you said, like your career, like what you're pursuing right now is modeling, photos, see video. I be seeing your videos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just fire. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you, but at the same time, it's like your man got to be able to be one with himself. Just like Malachi said earlier, you got to be one with yourself first.
Yeah.
To know and be like, you know what? I know my girl's bad.
Yeah.
I know my girl's gonna be like this.
Facts.
I know she gonna be in the studio like this. But do I trust her? For sure. But until you give me a reason not to, now then that's when it's all gonna double back and be like, oh shit, nah, I gotta be protective. Now I gotta put that wall up. Now I gotta go hard in the paint for a whole bunch of other shit for the small stuff.
Exactly.
Right, for small stuff. But then at first, if it just come off the bat like that, then I feel like he's just insecure.
Yeah, insecure plays a big part of being overprotective too.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
It definitely does.
Dear Lord.
But you gotta say,
Listen,
Mr. Guy.
I listen. I ain't gonna lie to you. You feel me? Everybody has one or two insecurities.
For
I'm not
sure.
gonna lie to
Yeah,
you,
that's
you know?
true.
For sure.
No, and I'm agreeing. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But to piggyback off of that, I have a question for like everybody. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? When was y'all last relationship for real? Like
A year and a half ago.
Year and a half.
My last very serious relationship. What ended? It ended. I mean, I could just say it's for 3 years. I can't really go back in time and tell you the year that it ended.
Okay.
I'm gonna say like a year and a half ago. Yeah.
All right, so my last relationship was about a year. You know what I'm saying? And through that whole relationship, a lot of the times, you feel me, I really thought it was, you know what I'm saying, my partner. But when I took a look at myself for real, I found that, you know what I'm saying, I had like one or two insecurities that really made me self-implode or implode the relationship from the inside.
What are those?
So one of my main insecurities is, you feel me, it's kind of like the appearance is one thing that a lot of, you know what I'm saying, and that, I feel like that's a lot of men, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a lot of men,
like
you
that.
feel me, the
Yeah.
appearance, you know what I'm saying? So with my partner, a lot of the times I want validation, you know what I'm saying, that you still want to be here.
So the
and that you still,
affirmations, for
yeah,
sure.
you know what I'm saying, that you still want to deal with me.
Yeah.
And then my second thing, I don't know if this is an insecurity, but like that prones me to like be touchy feely. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know if that's probably not one, but you know what I'm saying? But set that aside, you know what I'm saying? And then another thing, you feel me, is
I think you're more so explaining your love languages more
That's
than
what I
your
was just finna
insecurities.
say. I was literally just finna say.
Listen, love language, insecurities. I know one bad thing. I don't know one bad thing is I get called very nonchalant when it comes to like other people's, not other people's emotions, but just little things. You know what I'm saying? Like people will make the biggest deal out of the littlest thing for me. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it'll be the big deal, but I'll be like the calmest in the situation, like how I am right now. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of feel like it's a way to, cause my co-host told me that a little bit. Yeah, that one right there. Cause I'm kind of nonchalant a little bit in a way to where it's like I respond differently and not energetically. Like to where it's like I may not show enough compassion. I may not show enough empathy or sympathy towards the situation. You know, so that's one of the things that I kind of agree with you on. With that, like it's hard to like you said. I look at it to where it's like if it's small, I don't care about it. Like okay, we can figure it out. Boom, whatever. But to my girl, it may seem like a big deal to her, but to me it's like it's minor. But to her it's like a whole big deal. So where now she feel like she's not being heard. She not getting cared for. She's not. Oh, you don't love me enough to listen to me. Like you know what I'm saying? So like.
And
Yeah.
and the reason that I say that, you feel me, is to bring this point. A lot of times when I did show emotion, bro, when I did show a woman emotion, she either took advantage, she either made me feel lesser than who I was, made me feel like I wasn't a man, wasn't somebody that was, you feel me, strong enough to take care of her, you feel me, or my emotions got used against me.
So it made you know.
I feel like it's more so too the people that we pick as well, not seeing red flags or not actually fully understanding our partners. I noticed that a lot of people rush to get into relationships and they don't take time dating.
Yeah.
And then when
Talk to
stuff
'em.
hits the
Preach.
fan, and when you are trying to have that moment where you feel like, okay, yeah, I've been dating this person for this long, or we've been in this relationship for this long, so now I feel like it's time for me to open up and show a little bit, you know, my emotions and stuff like that. But you never truly built a true foundation to get that, you know, to the person to actually understand, okay, this is who my partner is, because you guys didn't take time. Y'all jumped into the relationship without building a foundation for a relationship.
And I've been in so many instances to where it's like the girls I would talk to or try to pursue.
You over there laughing,
Like-
you over there laughing. And
Yeah, she
giggling,
really is,
it's
yeah.
funny, like,
Nah,
where
she preaching.
got
Nah, she
going?
like, you know what? I'm gonna get a mic to McKenzie. Go ahead.
Nah, because I agree with that. You feel
Yeah,
me? A
for
lot of
sure.
people we don't know what dating is. This generation is
Not know what
They don't.
and I feel and I feel like, you feel me, there's multiple reasons for that I ain't gonna go into, but you know what I'm saying, that what I just said, what
Two
I
words. Social media.
Yes.
2 words. That's
and
it. Social media.
I feel like even in the beginning stages, you know what I'm saying, like when you first, obvious. When is the right time to show emotion?
I was
That's
just
my
about to ask that question.
When is the
I
right
was
time
just
to
gonna
show
ask that
emotion?
question.
There is no right time to share emotions, I will say. But like I said before, if you don't build a foundation to where you're being like, you take the time to get to know your partner and your partner gets to know you outside of, oh yeah, let me take you on a date, oh come chill, come lay down, and you actually have those deep conversations where you get to understand your partner. Showing your emotions won't come as a sucker punch, because you guys have work to, like, you know, oh, I've expressed this is who I am as a person, you've expressed this is how you are, so when I see my partner act this way, oh yeah, well my partner did tell me, you know, and even shared an experience that this happened to him and da-da-da-da, so yeah, I can be understanding and compassionate and figure out where I need to come in as his woman to make him feel like his emotions are being appreciated, because I'm creating that space where he can feel vulnerable with me.
So I'm gonna be real. I like what you're saying, but at the same time, let's talk about a real deal relationship. What usually happens. So even getting to know a person, you feel me? A lot of times, even with women have said this, you feel me? And let me know, am I tripping? Somebody will show you something or be in your face and literally show you the best side of them until they're ready to flip. Wrong or right?
Right.
So and you can listen.
It depends.
Yeah, you're saying it depends.
It depends.
But a lot of the time, the reason why a lot of times men are classified the way that they are classified, I'm not gonna put emphasis on it, because I feel like if I get into that, I'm probably gonna get cussed out by the women on the podcast. You feel me? I feel like a lot of the times we are classified this in this way because y'all say we change. You know what I'm saying? Like we're this way in the beginning, and then in the middle we change or we act different. You feel me? And then all of a sudden now it's causing friction. For instance, you know what I'm saying? I had a friend the other day. You know what I'm saying? She was dealing with a young gentleman, and the gentleman, basically they were talking and doing what they were doing, and you know what I'm saying, he ended up ghosting her after, you know what I'm saying, they had relations. So it's like at this point,
that's like that's different. That's not a relationship. I got what I want.
But I'm saying, watch this. We're just talking in general. I never said anything about being in a relationship or about being. I said in general. Whenever I show any type of emotion to a woman, it gets manipulated. You went into okay, this is what happens. You need to do this and this and this before you get into a relationship. Now, you feel me? We could be talking about dating. We could be talking about talking right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like even you feel me, before you get into a relationship, that happens.
Then I feel like if that's the case, it's either the people that you're choosing, or there's still more inner work that you have to do within yourself before you go out there and date. And that's why so a lot of people look for their partners to fix their problems versus them taking the time to work on themselves. And actually, I wish you guys would listen in on Sunday when we had the self-love, self-empowerment talk. My best friend Cece said that you really have to take those moments to look within and, you know, look at yourself in the mirror, write down what you consider your pros and cons emotionally, not just physical, not just this. Do it by emotions and see where areas that you need to improve in emotionally so that you don't react to certain things a certain type of way. Because that builds you up as a person to be able to handle certain situations.
Yeah, 100%. I definitely agree
and then
with
it
that.
also too won't turn your partner off, because a lot of people, when they see like, okay, it might be his problem. They might be, instead of manipulating, they might be trying to analyze you and like, okay, well, this is something I can't deal with. So they ghost you because they're like, oh, yeah, I can't deal with that. Yeah. So it's more so the people that you pick. If they're not mentally there to actually understand the type of emotions that you're expressing, that's not your person.
I also feel like it's the person you pick and the level of expectations you're going into.
Yes, no expectations. Expectations are horrible. Do not. You cannot set expectations for a person. Yes, you would want them to do these things, but setting expectations, they're going to fail you all the time because guess what? We're not perfect people. We're imperfect people. So we always have our ups and downs. We always have our good days and bad days. So you can't expect this person to react this way. A lot of people don't respond to emotions well, and that's something that they have trauma within their life, so where they can't, cope with that.
Yeah.
So they can't do it for another person because they can't even do it for themselves.
Amen. 100%, because I also go to therapy. I go to therapy for that.
I do too, y'all. I do too.
But real talk. We're gonna have a part 2 with this group meeting. I love it. My boy definitely came here and made some valid points.
Most definitely.
I love it. Kay, rebuttals, crazy.
I do.
Mackenzie definitely stated her point of views. Came with the beauty, the looks, the dress, she popping. Yo, make sure y'all go follow my girl for real. Not gonna lie, make sure y'all go follow my brother too.
Yes, please.
Follow my fabulous co-host. My co-host, the beautiful K Allure on IG. You feel me? Yes, please. Also follow me at Only One Latrell on IG. And make sure you guys tune into the next episode on Sunday at 8:30. Yes. You know what I'm saying? On the streaming on 92.6 The Mix.
Big facts.
Yeah.
Big facts.
Oh, and big shout outs to my boy Cheeto too.
I might just pop out today. That cool, yeah. Jizzy been keeping it cool. Them niggas copy and play what I do.